I just read a few things. I can find them. Also, want to acknowledge that we are here on Native homeland, and that all wealth in this state flows from the land. I also want to acknowledge that 10 days ago on the 7th, Sandra Bland would have turned 30 years old. So I have some new poems from this last couple of months. I wandered into a mass extinction event. Okay, that's funny. Guys, like sad. Okay. Before I knew what was happening, I renounced my humanity in an attempt to escape the fate of my betters and strangers. The floods gathered up the last of the patients in small cork boats that fell from the sky like leaves from a maple tree in autumn's last exhalation. What was everything I could sacrifice for a Soyuz spacesuit, something worn in and battle-tested? Just give me a sign, I said, cursing the gods and demons of my forefathers. With the helmet's face shield down. Okay, you can get these Russian spacesuits on eBay for $40,000 from Sputnik era, and they're like made of canvas, and they're dirty. I was like, I have to have one. Okay. So imagine it's sort of like the amber big face thing. Okay. With the helmet's face shield down, I had difficulty panning gold from the rivers of Colorado, but I said, I will prevail. The bracelets and anklets I made with the gold chinkled and chankled, and I caparisoned like a fine knight's horse, encouraging my prancing and unyielding vanity. I wrote obituary after obituary for every species, but it wasn't enough. The flora and fauna care nothing for the world of letters. The dying trees recoiled at the cannibalism of paper. I buried every book deep underground, a place without the language of signs. This one is called, it's kind of a little bit of an Orpheus Eurydice kind of thing, I think. It's called, He Said That We Should Turn Back. He said that we should turn back before it was too late, before my child was born. I said, it is not a child. It is a series of veils, each made from the silk of the worms I ate as penance for my crimes. What crimes, he said, have you committed? None, I said. I was given them as gifts to become the mother of all criminals, to give birth to nothing but endless doors made of infinite texture, texts, pure feeling. At the word doors, the worms came to life and began producing skein after skein, pure white ink. Écriture, white creature. He began to slap me, punch me, kick me, and I fell to the loosened ground, chunks of salt falling from my hair. Children came startling out of the bushes to collect the salt, the salary. Already savoring the rampion, a congregation of hungers. You got that. Thank you. Yes, yes. Rapunzel. Coiled on the ground, guarding my blue face, my vacant ears, all the murk settled between them, I began to sing a lullaby. Sleep, little thing, shutter thine eyes, bright and divine. All the world's lakes of fire responded in brilliance, unnamed, in wet diamonds of pain. Here's a poem about whiteness that's kind of fun. Actually, I have a few poems about whiteness. This is an erasure, and it's from the famous chapter 22, The Whiteness of the Whale, Moby Dick. So it looks like this. So it's this long, it would be this long otherwise. So I highlight the words that I want to erase and I turn them white. So, like, a racialization process. Okay. So the epigraph at the top is, what the white whale was to Ahab has been hinted. What at times he was to me as yet remains unsaid. So it's called Portrait of What White, a textual whitening along the way. Whiteness refiningly enhances beauty. Even barbaric Siam, one figure of a snow-white Austrian empire, human race itself, white, man, mastership over every dusky tribe. Whiteness has been gladness, a white day, innocence of brides, whiteness, majesty of justice, kings and queens, milk-white steeds, symbol of divine spotlessness and power. White forked flame, holiest on altar, great Jove himself, snow-white bull. Latin word for white, sacred vesture, alb. White is the passion of our Lord, white robes redeemed, great white throne, holy one, white like wool. Sweet, honorable, sublime, lurks innermost idea, strikes more panic to the soul, thought of whiteness. Coupled with any object terrible, heighten terror furthest bounds, white bear of the poles, white shark of the tropics, smooth, flaky whiteness. Transcendent horrors, ghastly whiteness, abhorrent mildness, loathsome, dumb gloating, white shrouded, albatross, pale dread, white phantom, first through that spell. Okay. I'll just read this one more thing. So it's based on this, it's called The Gardener of Hell, and it's based on this image, the mushroom cloud above Nagasaki after the U.S. bombed it on August 9th, 1945, so it's taken from the Northwest. And that is it. In the gardens of hell, every flower is a flame. Every flower every night swallows its black face, and in the morning, black diamonds. Every little growing thing rings with the muscles of men. Where are all the hearts in hell? Where the bulbs would be beneath the surface, breathing in time. Release these red-blue balloons, veins trailing beneath. Strange jellyfish sail the air. And you dare to lay an ear flat to the flaked wall of the ground? In hell, the ground is curved to remind you there is no escape from this sphere. Walk around and heave and hoe and pant and break away, you will return to the same spot. In hell, time works differently. Fresh arrivals lose their freshness. Old-timers continuously renew. Space is quicksand here. At the center, black gravity pulls us all toward it at the same rate. We never arrive at the center. The horizon is between us, slightly below. Light disappears and leaves behind faint traces. And. You tire of taking out the piece of paper upon which you wrote your name. You forget to take it out. You forget it is in there. You forget. Oblivion is hungry. There is not really a behind you down here. And. Just above, once, Orpheus looked behind him, and a woman died again. Eurydice shows us all how to die twice. Wave goodbye with your good hand, the unpunished hand. You no longer need the hand with which you wrote down all your ambitions. Eurydice shows us how to risk everything and nothing for love. She gave birth to death and sunk below, a weighted feather, yet a woman. And. A woman is a sink. Orpheus, anxious, walk on to your other lovers, boys whose boyhood is the death of boys. Take their flower and press them into your book of boys. Ride them like a thief on a horse. A getaway from the bank robberies, face down on the ground, everyone now. The gods below, their ears upon the dark ceiling, garlands and laurels at the ready. What if death is a turnstile? Square your hips to the bars. And. In the gardens of hell you burn a bouquet every night for those above. The weighted smoke gathers like ropes in the corners of their houses. In the elaborate gardens, the gardener tends to everything. He is made of something stranger, papery, leathery, resembles cinnamon bark. When it rains in hell, he is soaked and heavy and dark. Then he lies down among his flowers, and they shelter him, damp already. He curls up, unfurls, inhale, inhale, inhale. And. When it rains in hell, the gardener sleeps. The gardener dreams, and the black flowers grow to monstrous proportions. Wide mouths drink and drink, seated, beaded faces up toward the black sky, black waterfall and black fire. It is not hot nor cold. Put your hand in this river, you can't feel anything. Put your lips to it and drink nothing. What the gardens in hell grow is time. Time is superheated, tasteless and odorless, where water is not wet. Time runs into itself, the sink and the drain and the heavy clouds. Thank you so much.